Hi, this is Doug Bradley, Pinhead from the Hellraiser movies, and you are listening to Without Your Head. And you better keep listening to Without Your Head, or you will not only be without your head, you will be without your soul, because I will tear it apart.
Hey, this is Nasty Neal.
That would make me terrible, Tron.
And this is Without Your Head. And we are here to review Him, the new film that is produced by Jordan Peele.
Which I thought, little misnomer there, because, the way they were advertising, I thought it was all by Jordan Peele.
Right. So it's kind of interesting there, because I think, that's great that he gets his name on it, because it does bring interest right away. But also, I do think takes away from people knowing who actually directed it.
Exactly. The poor guy that did,
Justin Tripping, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, it was, Candyman was the same way. I think a lot of people just thought Jordan Peele directed Candyman. The new one.
I did. Yeah.
So anyway, Him, I thought, the trailers looked really cool.
Seemed really weird, kind of a trippy trailer. We didn't really know what to expect going in,
Mm-hmm. And the movie was the same way. It's very weird. It's more allegoric than like a straight, story.
Yep.
And I'll just say, I thought it was great. I thought it was one of my favorite movies of the year.
Yep. We've been on a really good streak, I think. This one, it starts out, and the whole movie's like that. It's eerie. There's a definite, something going on vibe. And it's funny because it might be because you had mentioned it to start with, how people had described the movie. And after watching it, you're absolutely right with it's kind of like the male.
So my friend Sophia Cassiol, she said it was like Suspiria for boys. The male Suspiria.
True. Yeah.
So definitely like that. Very weird. There's there's gonna be some spoilers here. Okay, so I'll just say that front. So sort of cultish. What I liked about whenever you do a cult movie, I think you have to have this feeling that it's been around a long time.
Exactly.
There's an old epic. There's a history there.
Yeah, there's some kind of ancient evil god behind the whole thing. Yeah.
And what better thing than an ancient god that people would worship today than the NFL, than professional football, American football. I mean, it's the most watched thing.
Yep,
by far.
Yeah, even people live and die for it. When I was a kid, anyway, especially, it was all football. It was all about football.
Yeah, and it's passed down from generation, how the movie starts. The dad's he's I'll say grooming, but he's his son is a fan of football because he's a fan of football.
Yep.
And he right away is telling because his kid's looking away with this bad injury, and he's he turns his head to watch. He's like, no, this is what a real man does. Real man, sacrifices for what he loves.
And wordplay is great in this movie. When they talk about sacrifice, and then you start thinking, well, what kind of sacrifice? Personal sacrifice, or are we making an offering to the gods of football?
Yeah.
What kind of sacrifice?
It's a really smart movie because the people behind, the league in the movie, they're all these rich, old, white people.
Yeah. Which is basically the NFL.
Yeah. And then the people who are sacrificing are, for the most part, young black people.
Yep.
And so they're willing to sacrifice their bodies, a short-term career, a short-term, the riches, the fame, and it's built into them that this is important because this game, it's not a game. This is the most important thing.
This transcends everything. This is life and death. Now we're talking about once you make it to big league football, that's all there is. That's the talk.
And that is a thought amongst a lot, like you're saying, you huge fans. Of course you would risk your well-being. I mean, this isn't all professional sports, even professional wrestling.
Oh yeah,
people tear their bodies down for the fame and the glory and the money, and just for the sport or for the whatever the business that they're.
Oh yeah. And like in wrestling, football, you know, like your average career is probably lasting 4 years or something, you know. So while you have it, you better make the most of it. And this takes it to like crazy levels, you know, this movie.
Yeah, and there's a lot of cool imagery in the movie. A lot of like, you know, well, I would say satanic, but like dark, culty imagery, even down to the mascots.
Yep. Because when you first see the mascots, the one is a shaggy like face thing that reminded me kind of like the Great Cthulhu.
Yeah, that's what we thought it was originally. We thought it was a bobbling head of the Great Cthulhu.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy looking, and then even the rest of the cheerleaders and mascots and stuff all have that eerie vibe to them. That thing does, like when you first and so the main character, he's this like hotshot stud like college football player, and he's expected to go high in the draft, but then he had an injury and he's got this traumatic like brain skull fracture, and like they're not really sure how he's gonna do, you know, for everything.
Yeah, and then so you know, at the beginning, a lot of stuff you like is he just seeing stuff because he has a concussion? You know, what's going on here? What's real? What isn't? And you know, and even at the end of the movie, there's still some of that.
Oh yeah, yep. And that's one of the things that I liked so much about it. Like nothing is really as it seems, and you're never really sure, did that really happen? Because even Wayans, who plays like the old quarterback that he's kind of coming in to replace, like he questions him about things that he saw happen. Like he saw this crazy fan, like maybe killed, maybe not.
Mm-hmm.
And then Wayans gives him the, what fan? What are you talking about? What woman?
Yeah, it's kind of left up. Again, I don't want to spoil too much, but left up in the air what ultimately happens to her.
And that character is wonderful. And
Naomi Grossman, who will be on the show Wednesday. And as I say, not just because she's going to be on the show, but I really love this movie, and she's freaking great in it. She's
awesome. Her character is so memorable. Yeah. Yep.
Which she does in everything.
Yeah, that's true. That's one of like the hardest working like people that you see in things.
And I like, you know, they talk about some. I don't even know if a lot of this is true. Maybe it felt like it is a lot of the backstory about like the origins of football and was it the forward pass.
Oh yeah,
and, like, it was vented by like Native Americans.
Yep.
So there's a lot of stuff about like white people really benefiting from all of this, rich, not even just white, but like old money.
Yeah.
Benefiting from this, and then like
the wealthy and powerful.
Yeah, and then like the young people who a lot of them come from nothing are the ones that do the ultimate sacrifice for it.
Yeah, they even have like kind of that talk about gladiators and like, you know, and you definitely get that vibe from all this going on in this movie. Like I when I saw the trailer, I'm like, this movie looks insane, but I'm looking forward to it. I thought I'd like it, and I ended up loving it. Like,
yeah, well, I loved it a lot. It's something that I thought a lot about since watching it, which is always a good thing. It's fun to watch popcorn movies, they say, and you just have fun. Like The Monkey, I think I had a great time at it, and there's no knock on it, but like it's not a movie that I really thought about. It was fun, and I had a good time watching. This is a movie that makes me think about.
Movie, you know, like a lot of fun, but it is exactly what it's, you know, telling you it is.
Yeah.
This one veers off into a lot of like areas that you don't expect. And like
both leads are great. Is it Marlon Wayans?
I think so.
He was awesome in the movie. It's probably definitely his best role.
Yep.
And I think it's Tyreek Withers is the younger guy.
He's so good.
Yeah, and I've seen he's been in a lot of stuff, but nothing that I've seen before.
Yeah, and then like the secondary characters, like
the guy who plays the doctor, yeah, he's great too, because that's an interesting character because even, you know, as he says, it's just like a little line, but you know, he got into medicine to help people.
Yep.
And then it's like this whole idea that is what he do? Yeah, and I think they'll go for any like doctor and like is what they're doing helping people. Like you basically you're masking the pain so they can keep doing
Exactly. Yeah,
until
so
they
we can
physically
still
can no longer
enjoy
go.
watching the gladiators compete. Yeah.
So I like that, and like there's a history since the league started. Then it's almost like, well, was this around even before that?
Yeah,
you know?
exactly. It kind of keeps you wondering. And then a lot of the things that that the movie brings up and like is that, you know, while you're the star, while you are the top dog, you can do no wrong.
Mhm.
You know, so not a great, probably not like a great thing to tell everybody. Like, you know, hey, don't worry about it. If you're a star player, then like, you know, you can do anything pretty much.
Yeah, yeah, and there's also the idea too that the quarterback he gets all the glory or all the blame.
Yep.
So everything, which is true. I mean, even if someone loses like the Super Bowl, it's like they got a Super Bowl, but like then they're like, oh yeah, you suck because you didn't win the Super Bowl.
Yep. Yeah, and you see that.
I saw that with Tom Brady when he didn't win.
Yep.
It's like the dude's won more Super Bowls than anybody.
Exactly. And this character is kind of like Wayans is kind of like the dark Tom Brady. He's
and I was
like
wondering
the evil Tom Brady.
Tom always said it was all the water he drank, but I don't know.
Yeah, it might have been other things. We don't know. Like,
but yeah, I think the doctor character is really interesting in the movie. It's like you know, it's not say minor character, but a smaller character.
and the quarterback's wife, she's a really character.
And Tim Heidecker, he's really good in the movie.
Yep.
I didn't even realize it was him until I saw the credits. I thought it was one of the Carradines who played the owner, but it was a different actor. I'm not really familiar with, but he was like not in a lot, but you just see him like, oh yeah, this guy's like that.
Yeah, and then the rest of the players, like anybody that like gets on screen, kind of makes the most out.
Yeah, and it's filmed in a really interesting way. So it's like a lot of it's in the desert, so it's like super bright, like the sky and the sun, and that really brings a real high contrast to like the grittiness of like what's happening. You know?
Yep.
And then even like the contact, it's shot in a way where you're like kind of seeing like the X-ray of like the impact of people's like
I love it.
bones
And you're seeing like blood, but it's kind of like almost like a negative in the shot. Like really, really well filmed. I can't say anything bad about this movie.
I just it's awesome. I thought it was great, and like all the fans, like you never really know if which ones are just really like the most like hardcore crazy fans, if they're like visions. And there's a lot of visions of like ancient like things like gods and almost like they're like gladiators of the past, look all these weapons and stuff. And I thought it was a really smart movie. I mean, you could say that for today that NFL or MMA is like the gladiators.
Absolutely, so true, so true. And this would like it's not going to be for everyone.
No, because it's not a traditional story. It's not like a straightforward story like this, like a regular plot, like this happens, and bam. So it's something it's more like the themes and the whole, the overall allegory of the,
just like, I just loved it. I can't wait to see it again. And, like whoever was responsible, like the writer and the director.
Yeah, the director is also the co-writer I saw. So he's probably too big for us, but we'd like to get him on the show.
Yep. So if you're looking for a good, like completely original movie, you know, this is the one. One like it.
I want to say, I talked a lot about like the social commentary in the movie, but it's never heavy-handed.
No.
And I know that can be a problem with me sometimes. Like it's like I get it, and it's not even that I disagree with whatever you're trying to say, but at the same time, you're watching a movie. But I think all of everything it's saying is like kind of understated, where like, you know, you can get at it if that's what you're looking for.
Absolutely. Yeah. There's as much as you want to dig for, you know, like if you want to just keep it completely surface level, like it's a good, crazy movie. And then like, you know, the themes that kind of run deep, like are really, really interesting.
So yeah, I'm glad Troy loved it because it's a weird movie. I loved it. I'm glad we saw it in the theater
those
too.
ones,
I think it's a really cool movie to see in the theater because it's very visual.
Yo, it definitely is. Like, yeah, maybe not as story driven as most of the stuff that I like, but this one was just so unique. Like, I loved it.
Yeah, I'm glad it's out there. I don't know if it's doing. I see it's got a lot of mixed reviews, which honestly, a lot of my favorite stuff has mixed reviews because it's something that you either like, it just speaks to you or it doesn't. For me, a lot of the middle of the road stuff is stuff that's not that appealing because it's like, it's whatever. But this is, I could definitely see this overused term. You love it, you hate it. Yeah. So I see people either like getting it and being, and I wouldn't say that either because I don't like when people talk down to something like, oh, you just didn't understand it. Yeah. Like, but I think it's either going to work for you or it's not.
Yep. I agree. And we've been super lucky these last 2 weeks. Like, two of my favorite movies so far this year between The Long Walk and now.
Yeah, it's true. And then we had some early in the year. We've had them spread out, and we're getting into October. So there's probably going to be some other horror movies coming out soon, I assume. Oh, yeah. Strangers 2.
Ooh.
I doubt. Hey, maybe it'll surprise me. I don't know. I'll go with an open mind. I doubt it's going to surpass a lot of movies we've talked about.
But the Black Phone too.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
Yeah, that one looks really.
I'm a big fan of the first Black Phone, and I've seen people talk about the second one. They're like, it's supernatural, blah blah. It's like, well, so was the first one.
Yeah, exactly. How could it not be? You know, if I pick up my coffee and like start talking to a dead person, that's probably not something that normally happens.
And I see people, like, oh, they're just ripping off Freddy. And it's like, well, I can definitely see similarities. I'm not watching a movie yet, so I don't know how much, but the idea, whatever. But also, Freddy did not invent, a supernatural things, So, no, I mean, look how many slashers we've seen, which are all basically Jason or Michael Myers. Oh, yeah. So, if you have a more Freddy Krueger type guy, that's fine with me.
And why not? Because it's been so long. I mean, it's been a long time since we've seen Freddy. So why not have a character, with that same kind of vibe?
Yeah,
that's fine.
And it's interesting because Jason, Friday the 13th Part 6 is really when Jason becomes supernatural.
Oh yeah.
So you see, Corporal, I think he's living. I know people argue with me, and then he's undead in Part 6. Horseshack brings him back to life.
That's right. Once you get the lightning rod stuck in them.
So I like that. We've seen a few movies now. It's kind of like if the first Nightmare on Elm Street would have been a living Freddy, and then the first one would have been the sequel. That'd been really interesting, actually.
That would have been kind of cool.
And I think that's kind of what this is. It's like we've seen the living serial killer. Now we're seeing him post life.
Oh, absolutely.
And same thing with Art the Clown.
Yep. So that's a really neat twist to it, I think.
Glad this guy's bringing this lawnmower right over here.
That's right, because in case you could hear us too well, we thought we should invite him over.
All right, well, we're probably done anyway. It's probably really hard to hear at the moment. Thanks, buddy. I'll go like that phone right now.
Your recurring theme, because you had the sirens, the police sirens.
Yeah, twice. I had it up when I was on with Clearwater Chad, and then I had it when I was in Boston the other night. It was both were in Boston. I see Stunner and John sent me the link earlier. I'm sorry, but we were at the movie, so I didn't get. But I'll be back on sometime soon. It would be helpful if I knew in advance, but I understand this is not how a lot of these shows work. They're like,
right,
but I'm not always available.
For the moment kind of thing.
Right. All right, how are you guys doing? We're doing good, Chobo, and we'll see you. I'll be live Wednesday. I don't know, Troy, you're welcome to join.
I will do my best
with Naomi Grossman. And then Thursday we'll be live for the final Clown Month episode with Billy Pone and Kelsey Wilson of Circus of the Dead and Circus of the Dead 2. Just in the mix. I tried to get Bill Overthrown, but he's on film, so he can't be on, but he wishes us well. So that'll be a good show Thursday. And I actually am recording a bunch of other interviews too, I think, this week.
Oh, nice.
Spencer Wilding, I'm also recording Wednesday. You're free to join too. All right, shout out to our pals AJ Cutler out there, our cousin AJ and Tara Hutchinson. and all our recurring friends that are part of the Whip Out Your Head world. So hit the like button, subscribe, become a member. It starts only $3 a month. The help supports the channel.
Support us like you were Atlas.
Exactly. And if you're in New York Comic Con weekend, I'll be there all weekend. Sunday sold out. So if you've not already got a ticket, you won't be able to see the panel. But I'll be there all weekend. I'll be up there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. If anybody does want to meet up and do something, like if they want to buy me lunch or something, hit me up.
Buy the man a coffee, buy him some lunch.
Yeah, I'm not going to be at the event the whole time. I like to wander around New York and do some stuff and have a good time.
Sounds good. Pick him up a pastrami and say hello to the nasty.
Yeah, and we may be in Rhode Island for an event next weekend.
Yeah, that'll be cool if we could do that. So until next time.
Yeah, it'll be Con 2, I believe it's called.
Ooh, that sounds cool too.
All right.
All right,
Room
thanks,
Dance
everybody.
and sales coming up. A lot of good stuff coming up. Very Live Film Festival November. Without Your Head, subscribe, comment, like, share, become a member, and we'll talk to you guys soon. And that's
Hi, this is Adrienne Barbeau. Just call me Billy. Everyone does. And you're listening to withoutyourhead.com.
Are we still live? What's happening?